The spiritual journey is one that takes a lot of courage and takes a lot of heart. It's also not easy, sometimes can be so incredibly difficult. So I've put together for you 5 keys to help you on your spiritual evolution. Let's go into it now. So these 5 keys are simply 5 things to understand and have deep within your knowing as you journey along your spiritual path. Yes, you're going to come against a lot of obstacles. You're also going to come into a lot of abundance if you can move through the difficult pieces with these understandings. So the first key that you need to understand on the spiritual journey is that there is no true story. We must look deep into the story. Jesus spoke in parables because he knew and understood you can't speak the truth directly. Truth itself cannot be said. Truth can only be known. And when we hear stories, they make us feel something. That feeling is an activation within ourselves. When we hear a story, we need to be able to extract the truth, and the truth is extracted through the feeling, how it makes you feel. The emotional body is a beautiful way of tapping into the spiritual pathway. How you feel is a governing factor of how you move through this universe, through this incarnation. So knowing that there is no true story in itself, you then know that the truth is in the story. Then a silent transmission takes place, a transmission of the heart, and activates the codes of the soul that are lying dormant within your being. When that truth goes deep within you, then trust comes and faith is activated. There is no longer any trying. Things simply unfold because you have activated the code within yourself of the truth. The truth is in you. You cannot speak it to anyone else. It can only be felt. Now, the second key is you can only go as high as you go deep. So many people on the spiritual journey want to keep ascending. They talk about ascending. It's all about going up. But just like a tree, we can only go as high as we go deep. We must send our roots deep down into the earth. When we send our roots deep, then we have stability. When you have stability, you have clarity. And when you have clarity, it's easy to grow. You don't have to force things. They happen on their own. As the tree sends its roots deeper and deeper into the earth, it sends its branches further and further into the heavens. We allow our expression to come out in a way that is truly authentic, but also with great stability and clarity. So remember, you need to go deep in order to go high. The height of the peak of the mountain is only implied by the depth of the valley. They work together. So of course there's going to be shadow work, which means you are also going to be doing light work, which leads us straight into the third key. When you are doing the shadow work, you are the light. You see, when you are looking into the shadows, where is the light? Well, the light is you. And that is the embodiment. Doing the shadow work is looking at the shadows from the perspective of the light. So the shadow work needn't be anything to fear. The shadow work is the very embodiment of the light. You see, when you're looking at the light and everything looks amazing, you are then looking from the perspective of the shadows. So you need to be able to oscillate between the two. It's beautiful to look at the light, but it's also amazing to embody the light and look at the shadows. And the shadows cannot last long when you know that you are the light. Key number 4, you want to be choosing knowing over knowledge. You see, knowledge is borrowed. Knowledge is that which is given to us, that we bring into ourselves. It is someone else's knowing. We want to use knowledge to help us to be in a state of knowing. Knowing is in the moment. It is with the moment. It is pure presence. Knowledge is past. Knowing is presence. And presence is the key to spiritual growth. So when you come into knowing, you will need to drop your knowledge. It is often knowledge that becomes an obstacle in our spiritual growth because we think we know. Well, you can only truly know when you're in the moment. But it is for you to contemplate that you may allow knowing to rise within you. That is the true education. That is intuition. Intuition means the inner teaching. That is the true knowing. It is knowledge that is living. And key number 5 is all service is service to God. That's the attitude we want to hold within ourselves. Whenever you're doing the dishes, hanging the washing, doing menial tasks, things that don't appear to be spiritual, is really doing this deep spiritual work. Because when we create a division and think that only prayer or doing amazing healings or offering spiritual advice is spirituality, then we're creating separation. And separation is not spiritual at all. Spirituality is knowing there is no division. So when you can do a task that seems like it's something completely unspiritual, like I said, doing the dishes, when you can be truly present to that, you're not judging it as a lowly thing. There is nothing that is lowly in the universe. Nothing is beneath us. God does not place themselves beneath us. We do not place ourselves beneath God. We are one. And so when we are doing those tasks that we feel are not spiritual, but we do them with a spiritual attitude, then you're growing all the time. There's a beautiful proverb in Zen that says, before enlightenment, carry water and chop wood. After enlightenment, carry water and chop wood. Well, that parable actually goes one step further, and here's the key. After enlightenment, wood is chopped and water is carried. So what we see is that the I has disappeared. That is true spirituality. When the I is removed from the task, then it is simply happening. So before enlightenment, wash the dishes and hang the clothes. After enlightenment, wash the dishes and hang the clothes. Because now dishes are being washed and clothes are being hung. You are no longer there. You are pure spirit. The ego has been done away with and you are in your soul essence. Because you are not separate from the universe. You are only separate from the universe when you think you are the I. When the truth of the matter is, you are the I am. You cannot introduce yourself without first introducing the divine. I am Saranta. We all are divine. And when we understand that and know that, we truly unlock the key and pathway to our spiritual growth. So there are the 5 keys. There is no true story, but the truth is in the story. You can only go as high as you go deep. Keep going deeper, keep going in. To do the shadow work is in fact to embody the light. There is nothing to fear. Choose knowing over knowledge. Allow your intuition to guide you each and every day and in every moment of your day. And finally, all service is service to God. There is nothing beneath you. When there can be nothing beneath you, there can be nothing above you. You are resonating with the divine plane. Let there be light.